Hey everybody, welcome to a new video from NiuePocketGuide.com, which is Niue's #1 travel guide. Today we're going to talk about the absolute best things to do when visiting Niue. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so one of the best things to do in the whole country of Niue, and you probably heard about it before, is to explore the local sea tracks. There is plenty of amazing sea tracks around Niue, which are all very easy to tackle, or at least very short. Some of them are a little bit rugged, but we explain everything on the website so you know what you're in for before you begin. And it will take you to amazing, pristine, small locations like this one we are currently showcasing right here, which is the
Tamakatoga sea track.
That's the secret one right here. But yes, you get to amazing locations like this one. Usually you're gonna get the whole place to yourself, and there is some amazing snorkeling spot there. Although you have to be aware at what tide you want to go there if you want to do a little bit of snorkel. Laura, what's next?
Next on the list is to do a garden or a plantation tour. So if you're looking for some more land-based activities, then one of the garden or plantation tours are a fantastic experience, and you get to see what amazing tropical fruits and crops are grown on the island of Niue. It's really surprising that on this, what they call the Rock of the Pacific, how much beautiful plants and vegetables, fruit grow on this land. And all these garden tours and plantation tours are really interactive. You get to do a lot of tasting, which is really good. So yeah, you learn a lot from a really sort of casual local guide that really makes you feel like you're at home.
All right, next up on the list we have snorkeling, of course. Look at these crystal clear waters behind me. Don't you want to jump in there? So many of the sea tracks that I was mentioning on point #1 of this video lead you to snorkeling spots. Again, tide is extremely important when traveling around Niue. You want to time yourself either for high tide or for low tide, depending on which sea track you're doing. We explain you everything about each sea track on the website, so make sure to check it out. But yes, snorkeling is absolutely fantastic in Niue. If you can bring your own gears, then you'll have access to them at all time. Otherwise, there is many different locations, or actually a few different locations, when you can hire gears such as fin, mask and snorkels. One of the great locations is Niue Blue, which is one of the operators on the island. Next one on the list, Laura.
Well, speaking of Niue Blue, another activity to do is whale watching. So you can do this in various different ways. Only when they're here during the whale season, mind. So that's between July and September. Humpback whales travel all the way from Antarctica to the tropical waters of Niue, where they come to breed and calve. So here you can see them on boat tours, and if the opportunity arises, then there is the opportunity to swim with the whales in some of the clearest waters in the world, which is amazing. But otherwise, just seeing them from the boats on whale watching tours, or even from the sea tracks where there's many whale watching sites. As you can see whales really close to land from Niue, that's just one of the other options of watching the beautiful humpback whales.
And as the sun is slowly moving and hiding Laura from you guys, we're going to move on to our point #5 actually, and that's fishing. Niue is a fisherman's paradise. Because the coastline is so unique, meaning that only about 30 meters offshore you actually have a massive drop down. You can fish for amazing deep sea fish right next to the island. So if you're looking for an epic fishing trip, then Niue is the place to go. There is many different operators, and even some great operators which are able to take kids on. So if you want to fish with the whole family, well, you're gonna have a blast.
All right, next up is to try the local food, which is always a great way to experience some of the local culture while traveling, and in Niue it's no different. Go to any of the local markets here, and there's often ladies serving hot local dishes like nane, which is the local porridge here in Niue.
That's Laura's favorite.
That's my favorite. There's also cooked taro dishes, that sort of thing, using all local produce, so you can try lots of different dishes. But one of the best places to try some local food in Niue is to go to one of their umu nights. So umu is where food is slow cooked in a fire oven or an underground oven, and yeah, it's slow cooked to perfection, really earthy flavors, and you can see that at various different umu nights that happen around the island.
All right, next up on the list, we have seeing a giant coconut crab. So the coconut crabs in Niue are known as unga. They are basically huge crabs which are blue, yes, blue, and they feed on coconuts. So you can join some coconut crab tours, which basically will take you at night around the beautiful forest. So first up, being in those tropical forests at night is absolutely amazing because, well, the place is phenomenal, and you'll be able to hear different noise of the forest, seeing different animals. It's just phenomenal. And yeah, on top of that, you'll see those really big crabs. They are quite intriguing creatures. They are bigger than your face. They make for fantastic photo opportunities for families. And what we really like is that the locals here only collect what they can eat, and a few more to sell, but it's really not anything in this industrial scale, so it's very sustainable and fun to join in.
Okay, next up on our list, speaking of locals, is to mingle with the locals, which is very easy to do on Niue. The culture is so accessible and everybody is so welcoming. If sparking up a conversation with any of the locals is very easy, and they're very happy to welcome visitors onto their land. Just head to the local markets and start up a conversation, or better yet, join one of the many sort of sports clubs that are going on the island. For instance, you could go join bingo nights with the local ladies, or check out the local weaving groups that are happening weekly. The golf club has something going on every Saturday, so you can sit down with the locals and have a beer. So that's the sort of experience you can have in Niue. It's not all sort of like, you know, rehearsed things for tourists. It's very authentic and actual ways to connect with the locals.
All right, and next on our list we have spending even more time with the locals, because they all eat out and there are amazing restaurants there, right, Laura?
Absolutely. So there's restaurants, even on an island as small as Niue, there are several different restaurants that cater to all different diets. So some of my favorite restaurants on the island include Kaika, which unbelievably is an amazing Japanese restaurant. Yes. Specializing in sushi on this Pacific island, but it is some of the best sushi that we've tasted on this side of the world, so it's really amazing. There's also Vailama, which is a nice locally run cafe / restaurant with some really good sort of you know, comfort meals. So, you know, you can really treat yourself there with steaks, massive burgers, that sort of thing. There's also some really neat takeaway spots as well. So if you want to just get some cheap eats, there is Little Rock, which is a cool little sort of like hole-in-the-wall eatery. There's
Cafe Fana that you really like as well.
Cafe Fana is amazing.
Which on Friday have their own version of the Big Mac, which is quite cool.
Again, very local, so you get to experience, for instance, Umu Bokasha.
Whoa! You get to experience Umu Fokasha, which is absolutely fantastic. It's basically their own take on the sandwich that includes some of the local dishes. Anyway, as you can see, the sea is kicking us out of here, so I'm gonna wrap it up with a couple of more suggestions. You can head in the waters and go scuba diving. Niue has some of the clearest waters in the world, as Laura was mentioning when we talked about snorkeling, sorry. And therefore you're gonna have unparalleled visibility. Sorry, a bit startled from the waters. Unparalleled visibility. Speaking of unparalleled visibility, some of the best night skies of the world can be found in Niue, where you can enjoy stargazing like nowhere else, as the whole country is a registered dark sky reserve. It's amazing, and on top of it, you're on holiday. Take the time to relax, especially on Sundays when everything is closed. Feel free to join a local church service where you'll be able to hear the local sing and pray. If you're respectful, you are welcome to pretty much any of the local church. But also relax, check out some of those spots like this one and get taken over by the waves like we just have been. Anyway, we have much more information for you on niuepocketguide.com, so make sure to check it out. And we'll see you in the next video, and hopefully we'll choose a better location for our video.
We never learn, right?
Bye-bye.
Bye.